Hello boys, my name is RighteousNicky. I'm here to really quick cover for you the new Heroes of the Storm patch that hit the PTR 2 days ago. I'm just gonna recap it for you, the most important part and bits in like a couple of minutes, so you don't have to read to everything, because most of it is a lot of text that you need to go to read to, but it actually doesn't have that many important things that you need to know about. Start here real quick. You're gonna get some general observer UI and icon updates, just gonna make the game a little bit more clean in different aspects when it comes to icons or some display visuals. It's just some very general stuff you don't need to worry about. What gets a little bit more important though is these things right here. Bounce abilities that bounce require all targets to be visible. I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you're playing Cassia with the bow, lightning bow ultimate. You throw your ultimate. Now it wouldn't be able to bounce off into a target that is not visible. Let's say there's two targets. One is you can see, the other one is in the bush. The bow is not gonna bounce to the target to the bush anymore. So that's gonna change stuff that interact in certain way like that. Cleave and Splash will now reveal the area even if the target is not visible. One of the examples they gave is Zeratul Q Void Slash. If you, let's say, cast a Void Slash and it hits a target in the bush, as it was working now, it wouldn't reveal anything. But now when they've changed it, it would show you the target in the bush. And many more abilities are gonna be having that for many other heroes that are gonna be revealing an area and you're gonna have vision on the target. Next up, very important invulnerability changes. Johanna Bless Shield no longer hits invulnerable enemies. So let's say you ulti with Johanna. If you decide to ulti on someone that is invulnerable, like let's say a target that was Divine Shielded, so if you hit a Divine Shield target first, your Blessed Shield is just gonna be gone. It's not gonna connect to anyone. If you hit a initial target and then it bounces off to someone that is invulnerable with a Divine Shield, there is not gonna be any more bounces. So when someone is invulnerable, things are not gonna connect to him anymore. The same goes for Junkrat Frag Launcher. His Q is gonna now go through invulnerable targets. It's not gonna get body blocked by invulnerabilities. Same with Kelta's Gravity Lapse, which is a tornado. You hit a tornado on someone that is Divine Shielded, it will not connect anymore. It would go through him. It's an important change. Magic Missiles on Liming, same thing. Doesn't stop on the invulnerable, goes through him. Nazeebo Plague Thoughts, Tracer Parting Gift. She's not gonna probably get the cooldown reduction from that. Quick change in Aram. Experience is gonna get earned a lot faster from experience globes, which we're gonna be leveling a lot faster. And the only balance change we have here, Samuro, increased Windwalk healing. This is standard to his ability. His general ability Windwalk heal was 1% up till now. It's gonna go up to 3%, which is an insane heal sustain buff for the Samuro. That is gonna make him a lot more sustainable in 1v1 solo lane situations, and that was a much needed change for him, considering they recently in the last patch fixed the Samuro teleport bug, which if you guys didn't know, if a Samuro would have Hearthstone to base and shift commanded to swap back to his clones that were on the lane, he would instantly teleport, heal up to a certain amount, which was most of the time almost full, and go back to lane. That bug was fixed, and now a lot of people has been saying that Samuro is now dead, so they gave him a little bit something so he can be a more viable solo laner now. They also decreased the burst healing aspect of a level 1 talent of the win by 1%, which is on cast, which is it's not really anything to worry about considering that per second change. All these bug fixes you're gonna go through are not really that impactful. You can skip most of them, but a couple of important ones that caught my eye here is, for example, the Haka Burrow got a little bit of buffs and a little bit of nerfs. Burrow will now cleanse negative effects. So if you get, let's say, poisoned by Nazeebo, if you burrow, you're gonna cleanse the poison. Worker's Train Knockback will no longer function as a stun. Now, I'm not really sure how this interaction is gonna be that bad, because even if you, let's say, burrow under a mosh pit, even if you knock the mosh pit, you should still interrupt it. So this must be something very specific. I don't really play the Haka, but maybe if you're the Haka player, this is gonna be a bit more impactful for you. Generally, hopefully, it's gonna make the Haka a little bit less annoying to play against. Udan fixed the self-healing bonus from Hunger for Power. This is the level 7 talent that reduced his healing received by 25%, but increases his spell power by 50%. What that means that now when you have 15% spell power, that should increase properly your healing gain from life drain for self-sustained healing. Fixed an issue that allows players to fire Stormbolt Q at maximum range without charging. Another massive change here is the Janus Frostbolt Q would hit an additional target after the initial one, and that would even go further if you took the level 4 piercing shards, frost shards for the Q, going up to 2 additional targets. Now that would be fixed. Leoric Osane Renewal, this is his level 1 Globe talent that you click the one button and heal for 30%, I think it was, will no longer be cast while Undying is active. That means that you won't be able to anymore get faster out of your Undying state by using that level 1 talent. Drain Hope and March of the Black King upgrade endures. The Drain hand will now be removed if someone enters a vehicle. I've seen that happen. Let's say if I target someone with a hand and they would get either gorged or enter a bunker, the hand would actually continue ticking. Now, however, it's gonna be removed properly. Another, a little bit smaller, Nova anti-armor shells now apply debuff after damage. So for some reason, I didn't even know that, Nova's level 7 talent anti-armor shells that makes the attack a lot stronger but had a bigger cooldown would do its extra damage first before, as if the debuff was applied, the minus 15 negative armor. But now you would do your normal damage, then apply the debuff. Ragnaros Lava Wave can no longer pick up or magnetize experience globes. What does that mean is that Lava Wave is gonna work as a tendon, and whenever you kill a minion, you're gonna get the experience for it. But let's say you had a minion wave that died and the experience globe were hanging in front of your towers or gate or fort, and you send the Lava Wave is no longer gonna pick up those orbs that are left on the ground. Meaning that overall you're gonna be getting a little bit less experience with Lava Wave, but in my opinion that's a very welcome change because let's face it, Lava Wave has been getting a shit ton experience very easy for a lot of players. Fixing an issue that caused Sentinel on Terande, her owl, to be reset if a hallucination is killed while revealed. Now, I don't know what Blizzard means by hallucination, but I would assume if any clone type of target was killed, let's say a Samuro clone or a Nova clone, if you would kill it with the Sentinel, you would get another reset for the owl. Now, you shouldn't get a reset, which is a big change if you're a Terande player. I've noticed it happen to me sometimes and it was very tasty to keep pumping owls. But overall, those are the main changes you guys need to know about. Everything else is just reveal changes on abilities added or removed. If you want to go through the entire patch, it's pretty long, but I did manage to give it to you as fast as possible with the most important aspects. As final thoughts, I'm really happy to see that Hotsisp getting such a massive patch in whatever aspect. It's not a balanced patch, but you know, it feels like they're preparing the game for potentially new upcoming players for Steam, which is my hopes as well. I also didn't manage to cover that, but in the general update, they also adjusted the difficulty level for number of heroes, which again is another pointer that maybe this BlizzCon, and that is my hope, that they will at least announce that they're bringing Heroes of the Storm to Steam. Maybe even, who knows? Don't want to have too high hopium and copium levels, but maybe. New balance update, new hero. I don't know what's their plan for HOTS. But at least I feel like they might be moving the game a little bit more forward after being asleep on the bed in coma for so long. I'm still playing the game. If you want to check me out on Twitch, RighteousNicky, we're streaming the game almost daily. That's gonna be everything from me, boys. Until next time, stay righteous.